The Cleveland Browns have done a lot wrong since coming back into the NFL in 1999, and most of it comes down to mistakes at quarterback and head coach. But finally, they have gotten it right. Kevin Stefanski did a great job and won NFL Coach of the Year. And in the process, Cleveland broke an 18-year playoff drought. But now comes the real trick, building on that success. Last season, Cleveland went 11-5. They were 6-2 at home, 5-3 on the road, 3-3 within the division. Offensively, they were 16th, putting up 369.6 yards per game. And defensively, they were 17th, giving up 358.4 yards. Expectations are high for Cleveland come 2021, and that's just a sentence I never thought was going to come out of my mouth. The Browns roster lived up to the hype last season. The offense showed what they could do without the talents of OBJ for most of it. But this year, fans and experts will be watching the defense to see if all the resources pumped into it can make a difference. They selected Greg Newsome, a cornerback out of Northwestern, with the 26th overall pick in the first round. In round 2, with the 52nd overall pick, they drafted Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, a linebacker out of Notre Dame. I've watched some tape on this guy. He is crazy fast for his position. In round 3, they drafted a wide receiver out of Auburn named Anthony Schwartz. And in the 4th round, they selected James Hudson, an offensive tackle out of Cincinnati. As you can imagine, the Browns focused their offseason on defense. Safety John Johnson headlined a free agency haul that included Troy Hill, Karis McKinley, Anthony Walker, and Jadavian Clowney. Cornerback Terrence Mitchell signed with the Texans, and Sheldon Richardson went to the Vikings. Their strength of schedule ranks 9th overall. Some notable matchups. Week 1, we get a rematch at Arrowhead versus the team that knocked them out of the playoffs last season, the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 6 versus Arizona. Week 10 at New England. And week 16 at Green Bay. When looking at key players, quarterback Baker Mayfield hasn't been great in the NFL yet, but he's more than good enough. Expectations are high for Mayfield, and rightfully so with his rookie contract running out. Also, having Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, the best 1-2 running back combination in the NFL, helped. Odell Beckham Jr. averaged 92.8 yards per game with the Giants, one of the best marks in NFL history at the time, but he's averaged just 58.9 yards per game with the Browns. He also has just 7 touchdowns in 2 seasons and is now coming off a torn ACL and will turn 29 this season. The mega trade for Beckham hasn't worked out yet. There is still time, and the Browns need him to be a star. On the other side of the ball, Myles Garrett has been fantastic for practically his entire career, something that was overshadowed a bit by the Mason Rudolph helmet swing. Garrett has 13.5, 10, and 12 sacks the last 3 seasons. And if he can turn that up to 15 or more, he can win Defensive Player of the Year. The front office overhauled last year's mediocre defense in free agency, and just 4 of the 11 starters on defense are returning. Needing to find a starting edge, they ultimately signed former #1 overall pick Jadavian Clowney to a 1-year deal. Through 83 games over 7 seasons, Clowney has totaled just 32 sacks, with 3 coming in 2019 and 0 in 2020. However, stats don't tell the whole story with Clowney, not even close. Run defense is where he really shines. He's great at it. The question has always been, can he stay healthy? And finally, for my projection, 10-7 is what I've come to. The Browns did a remarkable job using their draft and salary cap resources to build a deep, talented roster. I think there is another level for them. I'm just not quite sure they are there yet. I buy them as a wild card team and think they can win a playoff game or 2. I'm just not completely sold on their defense. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Please make sure you guys do drop a like. Make sure you guys do drop a subscription. Give me your Browns projections down in the comments. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.